Did your dad talk to you about what the anxiety was like for him when he became famous?
Well, my
'Cause
dad.
your dad was a
my
fucking,
dad.
for people who don't know, in the early 90s, your dad was a fucking superstar.
But he had a very different lifestyle than I did, as my dad grew up in a house that didn't even have an indoor bathroom. My dad hadn't gone to the dentist until he was 30 years old. My dad had never gone to a dentist. My dad grew up poor. My uncle still lives in their same house. He's got an indoor bathroom now because my dad's a G and put that in. But he still lives in the same house. And yeah, so my dad grew up in, like, you probably have seen it. It's one of the poor areas in the country. My dad grew up in Appalachia in Kentucky. So did my mom. So I've been there a bunch, and I've been able to see where my dad's from. So he had a different relationship to fame because he went from nothing to everything. I went kind of from having, everything. If we look at really the way I grew up, lived in a big house on a big farm. The only thing that was sad about it is I didn't have kind of neighbors or normal kids around, because I lived on this big kind of isolated farm, but went to school, had this normal life. But I mean, if we really look at it, I didn't know when I was a kid that I had everything, but I had everything. So I went from having it all to having more.